So Abraham Hicks says, feelings indicate an alignment with your higher self or your true self or your higher self, right? Bashar says, excitement and joy signifies or signals as a signal from your higher self. So excitement and joy is a signal from your higher self. All right. Meaning that your higher self, who sees more clearly in that higher perspective, uh, uh, is giving you messages or giving you signals to say, well, this is follow this, focus on this. It feels good. Okay, so what feels good actually gives you mental ease and it gives you mental health and it gives you physical health as well, right? So follow that route that seems so expansive instead of restrictive, right? Then number two, alignments with the higher self. They both speak about the higher self in different ways, okay? Abraham Hicks talks about aligning your inner being. And Bob Bashar says acting on your alignment with your core self. Okay, so Abraham is speaking about inner being and Bashar is speaking about your core self, right? That core self, that higher self, okay? And then number three, focus on the positive feelings. Now they both speak about that. Both focus on choosing the thoughts, the actions, and the um inspiration that makes you feel good. All right, so it's about your both teachings focus on the choosing your thoughts, your actions as part as all parts that actually excite you, okay, to actually feel good in life. It's about you choosing the best option of all. Now this is easy, but people find it hard to focus on positive things because they are thinking about no, they're thinking and they're stuck in a concept of this is real. This is real. This is realistic. Okay, now remember, real and realisticness is all objective to a person. What's real to you and what's real to me is two different things. Our worldviews are all different. Thank you for joining my live, Ken, and underwater. Okay, as well as Sigma. Thank you for joining my live. Today we are talking about this concept about how Bashar and Abraham's teachings align and the differences between the two, the languages that they're using to reach the different type of people that align to their teachings. But if you look at it, both of them, they're both saying the same thing. Okay, focus on positive feelings is a big thing right now. People may be thinking that, oh, should I then reject and resist negative feelings? No, feelings are signals. They're telling you on what's going on within you, not outside of you. We think that negative feelings or things that's connected, purely connected, purely connected on the outside, and yet it's things what's happening within us, right? Because everything is getting created from within you. You are creating this whole universe, right? From your own little inner universe, your own little inner world, and then that's how you create everything else by those actions, those thoughts, right? So now you are having this thought that the world is a miserable place, okay? So everywhere you go, you now seeing it. You seeing it on television. You seeing news on of bad things happening, torture, murder, all those things. You align to that because your worldview is specifically aligned to that perception that the world is a terrible place because it's inside of you. Thank you for joining my live. Right? I hope you guys will find this very insightful. It's very interesting to understand that everything that we are actually creating is within us already. Right? It's our perceptions, our world views. Okay. So focusing on the positive feelings doesn't mean deny your um bad feelings at any time if you have them. The whole idea is to ask yourself, okay, why do I feel like this? What's the meaning of this? Does it really add value to me? Because you have the right to choose those things that you want to believe in, right? Remember, a feeling also comes with a belief. It comes with a belief, and you see something, you give an assignment, right? And yesterday I spoke a lot about assignments, assigning meanings to things, okay? Now remember, you can only assign meanings to things according to your worldview. Because if your worldview is basically this place is horrible, I am living in a horrible world. This world is a horrible place. Everything is not working out well here. Now that's your worldview, okay? Now that is your worldview. That's your driving force for your life experience, okay? So you focus on that feelings, right? That's what they said. So the thoughts are important. They both agree on that. Both Bashar and Abraham Hicks teachings speak about positive thoughts and focusing on your positive thoughts. Then number 4, step-by-step approach. Okay, everything is done by step. Okay, so Abraham Hicks says, reach for the next best feeling, right? Your next best feeling. And Bashar says, act on your highest excitement, in other words, right? So the one is talking about reach for your next best feeling, right? And the other one, Bashar, is saying reach for your highest excitement. Basically, it's saying the same thing but different ways. Okay. Then number 5, manifestation and attraction. Big, big for both of them. This topic is big on both the teachings. Okay, relevant, very relevant. So both encourage following the positive feelings, right? Or excitement that leads to you attracting more like situations, circumstances, and stuff, and people as well in your life. When you start thinking positive, right, it allows you to attract more positive experiences. But remember, this is how it works. It's about consistency and developing a what they call hypnotic rhythm, right? Napoleon Hill talks about hypnotic rhythm. When you do something continuously, it becomes your lifestyle, it becomes your worldview. You don't even think about it anymore. You don't need to think, okay, I have to think positive about this thing. It's there naturally because it's a rhythm, it's a frequency. Now, we all have developed certain habits because of the hypnotic rhythm when we do the same thing over and over again. Now, those habits could be negative habits because they don't add value into our life experience. Okay. So when I'm saying negative, it doesn't add value. It brings you the stress, it brings you pain, it brings you frustration, right? Then on the other end, what adds value brings you peace, wellness, uh, prosperity within yourself. You at peace and you feel of wellness and you are grateful, right? Now remember, what adds value to you? The negative feelings or the positive feelings, right? Then you need to think about that. So what am I thinking? What is my core worldviews? What can I remove in my mind and my perception, in my aura, in my subconscious mind? What can I change? And yes, you can research your subconscious mind. You can change if you really want to, right? Using and doing that positive thing over and over again until it becomes part of who you are. You don't even think about it anymore. It becomes a hypnotic rhythm, it becomes a habit. Okay, now they say it takes about minimum 21 days for a habit to actually start to kick in for you to get used to doing something right. But if it takes 3 months to do the same thing all the time, then it becomes now embedded into your mind as a worldview, right? So your first 21 days, you try something new, okay? This new way of thinking, positive way of thinking. You start affirming things, right? You start removing things and you start now readjusting your worldview. Your worldview is how you see yourself and the world, how you see yourself in relation to the world that you're actually manifesting, okay? In on the day-to-day basis, right? Now remember, you are born with a frequency, right? Which is love. Then you're born into a family. Maybe a family not so bad. They're good people. You get taught good things, good morals and values. Okay, fine. Now you have this lovely, healthy worldview. You got a stable background and everything. Okay. However, you taught one thing. And I mean, this is something that we have to be taught. The rules of engagements in this life. It gets taught at home. Rules of engagement says there are rules here. You got to do this to get that. Okay. You taught as a child, be quiet, be a good child so that people can accept and love you and you can be loving. You have to be quiet. You have to be obedient. You have to go with the flow. You have to follow the crowd. Okay. Because that's how you will be accepted. Now you suppressed your true self, your true feelings. And now you learn that, okay, well, I can't say anything which is against the program, against the social norms, or else I'm not going to get the love and acceptance. I'm going to be an outcast.